All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the exciting second season of Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants. For those who've never joined us before, Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants is all about bringing adventure, science, and conservation into classrooms around the world. Today, we're joined by two classrooms, so I'm going to give them a chance to introduce themselves. First, we've got Mr. Wright and Mr. Hare's class from Brights Grove, Ontario, St. Michael's School. Awesome. And they're still coming in, so not much of an introduction. We've got Miss Searson in Douglas, Ontario with her class, also at St. Michael's School. We'll give them a chance to introduce themselves before we start question and answer. So for now, I'm really happy to introduce Carlos. He's at Mission Control at Florida International University in the Keys, and he's going to give a brief introduction about what they're doing at Aquarius Reef Base. Then we'll take you down 60 feet beneath the waves to Roy Bartnick in the reef base itself. So thank you so much for joining us, guys, and Carlos, take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Carlos. I'm here in Mission Control at Isla Morada. I'm going to share the screen with you guys so you guys can see where we are. Give me 1 second here.
There they come.
Can you guys see my screen?
Nope. Yep.
Not quite yet, Carlos. There we go.
Okay, perfect. So we are in the state of Florida, down in South Florida in a group of islands called the Florida Keys. We are currently in Isla Morada, and this is where the Mission Control is. Aquarius Reef Base, which is where Roy is right now, is about 9 miles away, or 45 minutes away. Right now, Roy is working on studying the impact of sharks on coral reef ecosystems and how the decline of shark populations globally is changing coral reef ecosystems and in different parts of the world. So here at Mission Control, this is where I am. Let me go to Mission Control. This is where I am right now. So the screens that you see here are a chat. That's how we communicate with the divers down in the habitat. We have a telephone number, a red telephone, and that's what we use also as a form of communication. We have a computer here that checks the nitrogen and oxygen levels in the habitat, and we have another computer where we have the dive logs. Let's go back to the website so I can show you how the habitat looks. So this is actually the habitat. This is where Roy is right now. And I want to give an opportunity to Roy to show us how the habitat looks inside. You ready, Roy?
I am.
All right.
Yep, I'll start at the other end. So if you give me one second, I'll be right out of here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm at the very front of the habitat. This is the window that we're just kind of looking at. I'll let you look real quick. There's not a whole lot of fish. Maybe when we come back, there'll be some. And this is the very front. This is also where our bunks are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around. I'll take you on a quick tour, and then we can come back in here in a minute. Okay? Is that good with everybody?
Sound good.
All right, so now I'll come over here, and there's our window again. We're just sitting at, and then this is where we sleep. So there are 3 bunk beds on each side. It's a little bit close, but the window view is really pretty awesome. And then if we go out of here, and this is Frances, and she is our shark expert. And then we have Ben, who's our sonar expert. Roxy, she takes care of us. And this is our dining room table. And the view here is phenomenal. This is what we get to look at when we're sitting here eating. And sometimes, if we're really lucky, there'll be a shark swimming out there, or there'll be some manta rays, or eagle rays. Okay, so this is where we eat. Above it is all our food. And I'll show you that in just a second. And above that is where we keep all our snacks. So they keep us well fed here. And our food is all freeze-dried camping food. Like this is beef stroganoff with noodles. We've got shrimp. We've got vegetarian meals. Then we have desserts, which are really pretty good. And all you do is add hot water to that, and then you can have a regular food. Now you see we also have, and Roxy put out some oranges for us because we just came in from a dive. We have a microwave, and if you notice, it's the old style where you turn it. But once the pressure here pushes all the buttons in, so it doesn't work very well. A little sink area, that's where we cook. That's our hot water so we can have coffee. Here's a little coffee maker. Okay, and on the other side over here, this is where we have our science station. Now we miss Mark, who is kind of the guy in charge. He makes sure we do what we're supposed to do, and he keeps us alive down here, so he's pretty important. This is where we keep all our GoPros, that with little cameras that we use so we can videotape the fish eating, and I'll talk about the experiments we're doing in a minute. And again, another beautiful porthole that just looks outside that you can sit here and just watch the fish all day long. Okay, now we're going to go back into the next area. This is kind of, we call it Ben's Cave, but it's really an entry lock. There's Ben again, our sonar expert. And what he's doing is on this station, he has sonar, and we have a outside, and it just sends out noise, kind of like a bat. You're right now. Ooh, even cooler. Hold on just 1 second. And what he's doing is he is looking to see if there's fish and sharks out there. All those little white dots moving around are the fish.
You want to see the habitat?
Yeah, and he's going to show you what the habitat looks like on sonar. So basically, he's remote control turning it from outside so it looks back at us. And it should be coming around.
Going. All those little bright spots that you see are actually the reef.
There we go. I see a line. That's the chum bag. And that's what we look like in sonar. And then he has the other one as well, which does different frequency. So they're out there looking. He's still looking for fish and sharks right now. And this is the line. He's our lead scientist. This is all his pet project. So we've been doing a lot of work for him. Here's just another science station right here. And again, another beautiful view outside. And then this is our big, this is a big 900-pound door. And what it does is it opens and closes by hydraulics. So we have to open it here. I'm going to take you to the coolest room. Okay, let me step out here. It's going to be just a little bit noisy. I got to close the door because the humidity in here is really high. So this is where we do a lot of our science right here. As you see, it's a little bit messy. These are the cameras that we're using. So we put these out on a plot, and we put little pieces of seagrass out there, and then we go back and get the seagrass back, and then we measure how much they've eaten, and then we watch the videos, and then we're seeing if there's any sharks that come around and scare the little fish away. Okay, and then this is our shower, and once again we have a beautiful view, and usually there's a whole bunch of yellow fish out here, but they're not hanging out today. And this is the back. This is where we come in and out. So this is where we're hanging all our dive equipment. And this is the coolest part of the whole place. This is the entry area. So basically, if you step down right there where all those fish are swimming, you are 60 feet underwater. If you swim out here, it's not going outside to the surface, and you're 60 feet down. What's kind of neat is, have you guys ever put like a cup upside down in a bathtub, and then a little air stays up on the top of the cup? The habitat. So we're upside down, and then when we swim down from the boat underneath here, and then we pop up, and then here's where we are. Then we climb up inside, and we're inside the habitat. And then underneath, hold on a second, all our gear is. What we do is we have these big scuba tanks, and then when we're out doing experiments, we can swim in and then just stand right here, and they throw us a hose, which is all over here. They just give us a hose, and we hook it into our air tanks, and we refill like at a gas station, and then we can go right back out. So we can go out for 2.5 hours, and then before we have to come back in at all. And this is where all the oxygen and the air pressure are kept to maintain the habitat. That keeps us all healthy, and it keeps the water out. So let me turn this around real quick. Nope, what was that question?
All right, that was awesome, Roy. So yeah, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Searson's class. If you guys want to give a big introduction, we've got Mrs. Searson's school in Douglas, Ontario. If you guys want to say hello. Hi. So we'll go to you guys first. Do you have any questions for Roy or Carlos?
How come sharks don't swim?
I heard sharks and swim. That's all I heard.
How come sharks don't swim in?
Oh, that's a good question. Usually they're hanging out outside. There's a bunch of fish that swim up in here. We had a fish lay a nest over here to where every time we went outside, he would bite at you to try to protect it. But it was really just little nibbles. He would pull your hair. But no sharks swimming in yet.
Any other question? Does anybody else have any questions?
Any more questions, guys?
Brandon, come on up. Yep. Another one really quickly.
What is the most dangerous kind of shark?
What's the most dangerous kind of shark, Roy?
I'm gonna go ahead and say a hungry shark, but it's probably a great white shark.
Great white shark.
Awesome, guys. So great white shark. So I'm going to head over to Mr. Wright and Mr. Hare's class right now. They can ask a couple questions, and maybe we'll come back to Mrs. Searson's in a minute, okay? So again, from Wright to Grove, Ontario, also St. Michael's School. If you guys have any questions, go right ahead.
Should be listening.
Is the pressure hard on your ears or anything?
It's not so hard on our ears because you hold your nose and blow, and it pops and makes the pressure right. But the pressure, we all sound a little funny. We kind of sound like Donald Duck down here. Also, another cool thing is you can't whistle. So that's all you got. So since they told us we can't, all we do is practice trying to whistle down here. The air is just so thick that it's hard to do.
Okay, good. We got another question here for you.
Yeah.
What kind of sharks are you guys seeing?
We are seeing a lot of nurse sharks out there, and then at night, about 9 o'clock, almost every night, a big bull shark comes and swims around the windows.
Awesome. One more question, guys?
Any other questions, guys? We got one more.
Oh, you got one in the front, too.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Maury.
So is the Marine base run by NASA?
No, it's run by Florida International University, but NASA does a lot of missions here. Matter of fact, over the refrigerator, Buzz Aldrin signed this place when he came down. But NASA just ran about, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they had a big mission down here too. I was following on the internet.
Good question. I have a quick question. How long is your mission down there, and how long have you been down there, Roy?
We have been down almost a week. It's coming to a close, so today is the last full day of diving. Tomorrow we only have half a day, and then we'll start bringing the pressure back up, trying to get the nitrogen back out of our bodies, and then we'll actually come back to the surface on Wednesday. So we have not seen the sun for almost a week now.
And how long has the base been actually down there?
This place has been here, he said, since 1984 is when it was built. And then they moved it here. Maybe Carlos has the exact date on that one. But it's been down here for quite a while.
Yeah, it was moved back in 1993.
Excellent.
I knew
Okay.
you'd know.
Well, we'll take one more question from Mr. Wright's class, and then we'll go back to Mrs. Searson. So, Mr. Wright's class, if you have one more question?
How long can shark live?
That is a good question. So you know what? I don't know that, but I will ask the expert who's literally right outside the door here. So if you give me 1 second, I will ask our shark scientist. I just got to close the door. Francis, I have a question maybe you can answer.
Okay.
They want to know about how long sharks live.
That can vary widely from shark to shark. Upwards of 9 years or something.
Did you guys hear the answer? It depends on what species of shark, but about 9 years.
No, I don't think I'm not.
Yeah, it depends on the species of shark, guys. About 9 years, you said?
Yeah.
A couple hundred years old.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to head back to Mrs. Searson's class for just 1 second. If you guys have any questions, go right ahead. Any questions at Mrs. Searson's class?
Yes? We have a question in Pearson's class?
Yep. Do you have a question?
Yes, we just want to know if the divers ever get the bend.
No, they're really careful about that. By coming down here and living here, they pressurize us so our bodies absorb the nitrogen and it just stays level for where we're at. But here starting tomorrow, they're going to start changing the pressure, letting the nitrogen out of our system slowly. If we were to go up to the surface right now, we'd have some problems.
Good question. All right, so we'll go back to Mr. Wright and Mr. Harris' class. I know there's 2 of you guys. If you have any more questions?
One more, I think. I don't know. What about the silly question? Ask the silly question.
Right? I don't believe you. Show me.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
Can you dab?
You couldn't see the other hand because I have to hold the iPad up though.
Awesome. All right.
That's the first time I've ever been asked that, but good question.
Yeah, that's a new one. I got some interesting questions beforehand too, and we had some really shark-interested groups today. They love sharks apparently. Who loves sharks? Put up your hands. Everybody loves sharks. Roy loves sharks. Carlos loves sharks. I love sharks. Sharks are the best. All right, guys. So we'll wrap it up there. I'm going to give both classes a chance to say thank you so much. So if you guys want to go right ahead, do a big wave and say thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. All right, so thank you so much for being with us here today, Mr. Wright, Mr. Hare, Mrs. Searson's class. Carlos and Roy, you guys did a great job. We had a great connection today, so that was awesome.
So great.
And again, we hope to get you guys exploring by the seat of your pants again soon. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.